Alright my friends, this is Let 410 airplane and let me tell you more about it. Let's go. Alright my friends, it will be non-starter, so first we're gonna go inside the cockpit and after that we'll make a walk around. So let's start. We have a Let 410 big aircraft as you may see, and here's the big door and grip for the skydivers, just to I'll put my other camera here, so they just stay here holding the grip like this and then jump, ouch, like this, and that's the place. How many people they can take, I don't really know. As far as I know, the capacity I think for around 16 people or something. And let's go to the first officer side. Here's the evacuation doors, you may see. Here are some lights, nothing really special. So this door is closed before the takeoff, and after that, before they jump they put it here and jump right away. Very big door for you to understand the size. So here we go. It's more than my hand over here. It's really huge. I think it's 1 meter with something. 1 meter and maybe 20 centimeters or 40, so quite large door for this aircraft. And let's go to the first officer's side. Yes, as I said to you, we have a big door. The handle, I'll tell you later why do we need it here. And don't worry, very small cockpit. Oh my god, I need to sit here like this. Whew. Wow, nice place, quite good yoke, and I felt like in Western made airplane because it is a Western made airplane made in the Czech Republic, so it's Czech made, not a Czech made but Czech made airplane. And let's go with the cockpit review itself. So let's start from the overhead panel here. It's quite small compared to Boeing 737, which I fly. There's some switches, selectors, many of them I don't really know. Engines, isolation valves, anti-ice system, special equipment, I don't know what it is, radio navigation. Everything is in Russian because it was made, it was designed actually in 1969, and this version, the STOL version, short takeoff landing performance version, was designed actually in 1979. So 10 years after first modification of Let 410 was out. Nice cockpit, nice view. Here we have the fueling track to refuel the airplane. This window, you can open it. Nice, like in a car or something. The main instrument here, of course, the GPS, the Garmin system, which they use for navigation for the skydivers to give them away in the proper at the proper time at the proper area, so they calculate the wind. And let's go with the normal flight instruments that we have here. So this is airspeed indicator, artificial horizon. Also this airplane is equipped with I ILS system, but it's not integrated into artificial horizon like we have on Boeings and other types of airplanes. Here we have separate localizer bar, deviation bar, and glide slope deviation bar. Here is the course. It looks like the course, the heading indicator with the, and you may preset the course. Actually, here you can preset it, and it's similar with Antonov instruments. Actually, all the Soviet-made instruments are similar. The altitude indicator, vertical speed indicator, altimeter, by the way, not the indicator, altimeter, and watches. We have on here some switches for electrical system, and from this side we have I don't know what is this, guys, and this is the Abagrev, the heater for the several, maybe it's the probe heat or something, maybe static heat as well. And here's the emergency or standby systems for landing gear, flaps, and maybe the parking brake or brakes. And with this handle, first officer manually pumps the pressure into hydraulic system. If you lost the hydraulic pump, so you still capable to pump it manually. So you go like this, boom, 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 and you will have landing gear, you will have flaps. I don't know whether you can retract the landing gear after you extend it. The same for flaps, but you can pump the hydraulic pressure. It's a good feature because it's manual. Nice yoke, just this switch over here, nothing more. Very simple yoke. But here is very complicated, guys. This is the power levers, that's the condition levers. That's the, I don't remember, guys, what is this. I think it's for also condition levers, but they have some kind of stopper. So if the engine is running, the propeller pitch may be stopped at some kind of angle, and if you release this, as far as I remember, the pitch may go even lower, so it's for the lowest possible. I think you select it after landing, but pardon guys, I'm not really sure. This fuel valves, fuel shut-off valves here, and here also, but those have different logic of operation. So they have automatic logic, manual logic. So I was reading about this airplane just before this video, but for me I didn't understand what this lever is for really, because this fuel shut-off valve in here as well, I don't really understood what's it about. It's a landing gear normal selector. Here we have fire extinguishing system. Here we have interceptors. I don't know what is this switch. And here we have automatic feathering of the propeller. And it's just ADF stations. Just see how big they are. ARCA 15, as far as I remember, automatic radio compass. 2 stations, radio frequency for VHF, and I don't remember, this may be I ILS system or something, and this it may be HF. Oh no, it's emergency frequency. A squawk you set over here, the squawk. And what is this? I don't really remember. Maybe it's the nozzle steering located here. And now let's go to the engine instruments. We have standby artificial horizon located here, and it's the same with main artificial horizons. So they look the same. And here we have switches for artificial horizons. It's, I don't really remember the name in English. That's the torque indicators for 2 engines. And that's the temperature, the turbine temperature. for both engines. The RPM of the spool, I don't remember the engine construction, so probably there are two spools or maybe one, I don't really know. So here we have two pointers to indicate for engine number 1, which is on the left side, and engine number 2, which is on the right. And here's I think it's propeller RPM, also two needles, needle number 1, and behind we have needle number 2. The fuel pressure, maybe I'm wrong because I see the fuel pressure maybe here and here, because here top level means fuel. Also here we have top level means fuel, and also fuel. The upper gauge is probably for the well, here's the fuel quantity, I think, really. Here's the fuel quantity here and here. And here we have the pressure on the upper scale, I think. Here's the oil pressure, and here's the oil temperature for engine number 1, for engine number 2. Not very simple instruments, but yeah, quite okay. Here's the trim wheel, by the way, I forgot to tell you about it. It's a trim wheel indication of the trim, and you can manipulate it like on Boeing 737, similar wheel, as well as on Airbus, by the way. And here we have annunciator panels. It's not like master caution or something in this airplane. You have just an annunciator of generator, for example, if you have problems with generator. So many other things. What is interesting here in this cockpit is the water inlet. You can activate the water inlet into the combustion chamber. That will reduce your turbine temperature. The exhaust gas temperature, I would say, like in a Boeing. So here we have turbine, the temperature after turbine, and you can just cool down your combustion chamber with this one. I don't know how you select it. Well, yeah, somewhere here, just put it on and you put the water into combustion chamber. They told me they never used it on this airplane, but anyway, you can do it. Here we have the landing gear indication, so red lights, green lights as on a normal airplane, as on every, I would say, airplane. But the secondary indication is very interesting, and I will show it to you a little bit later. Here, what it is, maybe it's the temperature inside the cabin compartment and in a duct, probably, I'm not really sure. So yes, my friends, this is standard Let 410 cockpit, and it's very similar to every Soviet airplane, but I would say it's more Western made. Of course it's Western made because it's a Czech made airplane, and those instruments are very ergonomic variant of what was done in the Soviet aviation market of that time, in 1960s and 1970s. If you compare this airplane with the Antonov 24, Antonov 24 and 26 is a little bit clumsy, so you have one instrument here, one instrument there, the other here. This airplane, I think, is more pleasant in the cockpit, it's more friendly to pilot, and yes, it has also this propeller. I don't know why, but you can put it on and you'll have some reverse thrust. Oh my god. So guys, I just don't know what to say more about this cockpit because it's very simple, and I just forgot to tell you about the flaps lever position. It is here, so here's the flaps lever, 0, 15, and here's 35. Here we go for landing position. I think this one for takeoff, 0 for climb and descent, of course, for approach and landing, flaps 35. Nice airplane, pretty much nice cockpit to fly, and probably someday I'll try to fly this airplane. Not today, but I think for this one you need to be type rated pilot, because as we know, if you have private pilot license and single engine piston aircraft, you don't need type rating. For this one, for twin engine turboprop, of course you need to go through the ground school, simulator training and flight training to get your type rating for Let 410. And as you can see, I can barely squeeze here. You need to be thin to fly the Let 410. So here's the way to go to the cockpit, like on Boeing 767. You don't have the door, you just go here or there for first officer. Nice airplane, my friends. And guys, please tell me, what is this? What does this red line mean? Write your comments, please.
Pam pam.
It's time for the walk around. Let's go. So here we have the entrance, and yeah, the grip that I showed you before, and also we have the step for skydivers, and here we have the light to light up the exit. If you have, for example, night flight on this aircraft somewhere, this light will light up the exit from this door. And what else we have? We have this marking over here and here and here and here, and sign cut here to break in. It means that it is the weakest part of the fuselage. So if somehow this door over here will be blocked, and that door over there, the first officer side exit door, if those two will be unable to open, you can just take the axe and go with it, cut everything and go inside the airplane and evacuate everyone on board. Nice, but I already showed you the insides. Here we have the step, the reinforcement also for skydivers. We have the retractable landing gear with the steel brakes. I think here we have the caliper, as you may see. Here are the pistons, and we have hydraulic line to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pistons pressing that caliper to the steel discs. And yeah, nice. It's quite nice, and I would say very robust landing gear and very simple. Have one lever, one shock absorber, very nice and very understandable. Yeah, some rocks here on this runway, but it doesn't matter. And they retract like this. Nice guys. And let's go to the engine itself. Oh, by the way, for the landing gear, it's the visual indication. So if something will go wrong with your cockpit indication of landing gear positions, if you won't see the green lights, you can go here to this window and you may check this one for the manual. You need to have 1, 2, 3 these lines over here. And we have also engines. The engines are, as far as I know, Russian made, have 3-blade propeller. and each engine has around 730 horsepower. Quite powerful airplane if you consider its weight. The empty weight is 3.5 tons, or 3,500 kilograms, which is quite okay for those engines, or the engines are quite okay for this aircraft weight. The maximum takeoff weight, as far as I know, is 5,800 with something, and 16 people may be on board, including 2 pilots. Here we have the air inlet to the engine. We have the axial type compressor here, centrifugal type of compressor, combustion chamber, turbine, the free turbine, and here we have the exhaust. The free turbine connects with the propeller through the gearbox, through the reduction gearbox. And the exit is fantastic. Usually you have the exit, the exhaust coming from this side, but on this turboprop airplane we have this exhaust and this exhaust from the combustion chamber and from the turbine section. Here we have the engine drains. As you can see, we have oil drops over here, and this is the wing, the huge wing. I don't remember the wingspan, so I probably will put it here, so you'll see now the wingspan in meters. Flaps are very nice, and they're quite large for that airplane and for that wing. And what we have, static dischargers also to discharge the static electricity out from the airplane. Also they will help in case of lightning strike. Here we have position lights. Of course you have red light on the left and green light on the right. Our Ukrainian flag, blue and yellow. Here is the pitot. Here's the compartment for something, I don't know for what. Here is VHF antenna number 1, and there is the other one on the top of the airplane. Nice cockpit, very robust. And of course we have wipers over there. Let's go to the landing gear. It was a nose wheel landing gear, and of course we don't have brakes on the nose wheel. There's a simple cylinder and it retracts to the forward side. As you can see, we have some kind of hump, so it contains the wheel itself, and it's also steerable. We have a steering cylinder over there. Here on the nose we also have the connection for the ground power. They use, I think, 28 volts DC electricity to power this airplane to start it up. If you don't have successful start with the batteries, you may charge it with this socket. You just put it here to the socket and you may start the airplane. Here at the nose part we also have some kind of this thing, and I don't really know what does this thing do, and if you know, please let me know in the comment section below, because I'm not type rated on this airplane. Well, I may ask those guys, they are pilots of this airplane, so but you may also know, so write your comment, what do you think it is. And also we have drain, also we have the compartment, you can unlock it. Oh no, this one compartment, you can unlock it and put it up, and I also don't know what's inside. Have pitot, one more Ukrainian flag, and also on the nose part I just forgot to show you, we have the taxi lights and also landing lights. So some of them are taxi, some of them are landing lights. Totally we have 1, 2, 3, 3 nice lights, and they're very powerful. The air inlet maybe to cool down the electrical and electronic compartments of this airplane. And here we have the cockpit exit door. It may be used as emergency exit, and also it may be used as daily basis door to enter the cockpit from the first officer side. Again, one more light to show up the exit way if you have problems with outside lights. And here we have the rudder plate on the fuselage, and it's mainly used to prevent the fuselage damage with ice that's coming from this propeller. So in case you have icing conditions, some particles of the ice or some part of the ice will go and hit your fuselage, and it will hit this rubber thing. Your fuselage will not be damaged. You see some of the ice particles hitting this rubber thing, so it's very important thing to be on the fuselage here. And also we have the anti-ice system, of course, on this airplane, so it inflates and the ice will just rip and will go away from the wing. Some of the hatches to check the flight control system. Again, position lights and same flaps. Nice, nice. Same landing gear. Let's go to the tail section, to the empennage, and we have the horizontal stabilizer and vertical stabilizer. The horizontal stabilizer locates on the around 1/3 distance of the vertical stabilizer, so it's a little bit upper of the fuselage, but it's not the T-type, so it's quite unique construction for this airplane. And those stabilizer and vertical stabilizer, horizontal one, they are huge because it's the modern version of that airplane that was designed in 1979. Yes, it's modern version because let me show you guys. It's L-410 UVP. Укороченный взлет посадки. Short takeoff landing distance airplane. So it has good performance for takeoff, for the short runways, also good performance for landing for the short runways. Also, what do we have here? The same anti-ice and de-ice system, and we have these plates to make the airflow more turbulent, and it's more efficient to be controlled by this huge rudder. So here's the rudder trim, rudder itself, and the vertical stabilizer. Again, position light, static discharger. As you can see, we have small wires over here, and the lower fin. This one is just not to scratch it. I think you can just remove it with those bolts if you have the tail strike. Just remove this small part of it, and you'll be ready to go again if you find this another thing like this. Wow, nice airplane, my friends. Nice airplane. Actually, I had quite bad story of my personal life connected to this airplane, particular, not the bad but not very pleasant one. Maybe I'll tell you in separate video what the story was, and it's really influenced my life, but I will not tell you now. Let's make it one more video about it, probably in the future, if I'll be in a good mood. What I want to tell you guys is that this airplane is quite unique. It has unique operation capabilities to carry 16 passengers here for unpaved runways, for paved runways, and it has good thrust, good power to climb very fast. The landing gear is retractable, so it will provide a good climb gradient comparable to other aircraft. Of course, maybe twin otter will be better, but for this airplane it's quite okay to fly with skydivers or to carry some kind of the small cargo to distances around 1,500 kilometers. It is around 950 miles, not the nautical miles but standard miles.
Pam pam.
Welcome to Skydive Academy, as you may see, and here is a huge hangar, and it's a very nice skydive base, guys. Guess you have a lot of space here. Wow, it's superb. You can bring the Let L-410 airplane here, and I think much bigger, because this area here is quite huge. Parachutes, rest area, TV, and some training area there, and even toilet here. Nice. So I think it's the biggest hangar on the skydive base from all the skydive bases here in Ukraine. I think this one is the biggest hangar. Probably they will store the Let 410, the airplane here, for the winter time. But anyway, for now it's a good area to train. For example, they train these boards, and there. Nice, guys. Absolutely awesome. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, you are awesome guy. It means that you need to follow Awesome Guy checklist. First, press the like to this video, then subscribe to my channel, and then ring the bell, whatever it means. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great time.